I'm Beth Hannaway, Head of Fine Watches and Fine Jewellery at Harrods, and we are talking about the shape of things to come in fine watches. A downsizing trend has descended on fine watches. Watches are getting smaller, more refined, more elegant and dressier. Essentially a step away from the jumbo, outsized sports look of a few years ago. It's really less about showboating the size of the watch on your wrist and more about showing your own personal style, whatever case size you might choose. Hannaway originally designed watches for the Italian Navy, so they had to be big so that they were legible for the divers. So watches like this 44mm version became iconic for the brand and still are today. But introductions of slightly smaller case sizes, with this 42mm version, for example, make the watch instantly more wearable for maybe people with a slighter wrist. But it was the introduction of an entirely new line, the Luminor Due, here shown in a 38mm case size, which really introduces a new client altogether. Not only is the case smaller, but also the slimline case width has really changed it up and makes it highly wearable and very elegant. Tudor have embraced this theme by introducing a new addition to the iconic Black Bay family with the Black Bay 58. Launched a couple of years ago, this diving watch comes in at 39mm, which makes it instantly more wearable for everybody's wrist. When you see it sitting alongside the already iconic Black Bay, particularly in our favourite Harrods Green exclusive edition, you can see the difference in the case size. Historically, Breitling have been known for oversized, big, highly complicated, highly technical watches. They've recently launched the Navitimer 38, which adds a new addition to this family. This Rattrapant version in rose gold is still highly complicated, but immediately more wearable, even on a female wrist. But you don't really notice quite how much smaller it is until you compare it to its big brother, shown here in the chronograph version. It's even got a much more slimline case. Originally designed about 100 years ago to protect polo players' watches from the ball flying and smashing the dial, the Reverso has this iconic two-face effect, either in the classic stainless steel back for polo players, or you can even have two dials, so you can go from day to night. We also have an even smaller version if you want to have a daintier wrist look, with this smaller ladies case, again with the iconic stainless steel case back. So what do you get from a smaller watch? Comfort, for one. The smaller case size and smaller lugs mean that it fits much more comfortably on the wrist. It tends to be not quite so heavy or cumbersome, so you're less aware that you're wearing it. And there's much more harmony in the proportions between the case, the lugs, and the dial. Ultimately, I would encourage you to buy whatever you love, regardless of the size. But maybe just try embracing the smallness. The great thing though, is there is an abundance of choice at every case size, so the choice is yours.